I ran out the back door, ran through a bunch of security guards who were looking at me like, where's this guy going? And I ran down the mayor and I asked him. What I can tell you from covering the migrant situation here in New York City is that there has been a dramatic change in the local politicians' response to the questions that I'm asking regarding the migrant situation. 8 months ago, first busloads of migrants from Texas were showing up at the Port Authority bus terminal. So the mayor came that first day. I was there. I ran across the street to ask him a question.
Are you going to be asking for any changes in the border policy that is bringing these people to our city?
No. As the mayor of the city of New York, I don't, weigh into immigration issues, border issues. I have to provide services for families that are here, and that's what we're going to do.
8 months later, so 8 months of bus loads of migrants landing at Port Authority bus terminal, they overwhelmed our shelter system to the point where we're now renting out entire hotels in midtown. 8 months later, the governor and the mayor, they've changed their tune. I had heard something from the mayor that kind of got my wheels turning. I went to a park in Brooklyn that the mayor was going to be speaking at, and I went to ask him a couple of questions about this migrant situation. What I was hearing was kind of like this hard change, which was, it's the White House's fault.
It is the irresponsibility of the Republican Party in Washington for refusing to do real immigration reform, and it's the irresponsibility of the White House for not addressing this problem.
That is completely different from what he said to me 8 months previously. I registered the change and then I was like, I want to hear more. So if this has changed, maybe the plan has changed. The plan to deal with the situation has changed. I was at a presser up in Inwood. It was budget related, the state budget, but the mayor and the governor were there. And I thought I'd get a chance to ask both the mayor and the governor about this migrant issue.
Has your office done anything to curtail the flow of, we're getting close to 1,000 a day now?
I don't have the ability to stop the influx of individuals, but the mayor and I just met again a day or two ago to talk about what else we can be doing to support what is getting untenable. It calls for a federal solution.
And again, so that's a change out of her. And while I was in that room waiting for the governor and the mayor to come talk to the press, it became known to me through another reporter that the mayor wasn't going to be coming in here. The mayor was going to be going out the back door and getting to his car and getting out of there. I was not okay with that. I needed an answer to my question. So I ran out the back door, ran through a bunch of security guards who were looking at me like, where's this guy going? And I ran down the mayor and I asked him,
do we have any plan to slow this down, to stop it?
We would love to. We would love to.
That's not what he said 8 months ago. He didn't say that he would love to stop it. You can see it when he's answering the questions. He's kind of at the end of his rope, I guess.
Can you ask the governor of Texas to stop sending the migrants?
We have over and over again.
I'm just reporting on the change that I'm observing, the change in tone, the change in sentiment, the change in philosophy. Our mayor and our governor have gone from Governor Abbott's wrong for doing this and no, we're not going to talk to the federal government about making any changes, to we need a federal solution. That's out of their mouths. That's exactly the change that I heard. Where does this go from here? I know that the local government is also starting to focus on, let's get these guys working papers faster so that they can get real jobs. Both the governor and the mayor have both expressed that sentiment as well.
There'll be a very different situation when individuals come into our state, have the ability to go apply for a job at one of our hotels or our restaurants, and the countless jobs that are going unfilled. But until such time, and it's frustrating that it takes so long.
I'm hoping that's where this is going, but that seems to be what our local government is focusing on now. Kind of cleaning up some of that red tape and making it a faster process for the asylum seekers who have come here to get working papers, even if it's temporary working papers, so that they can take legitimate jobs in this country and start moving forward. So if you want to stay informed on these topics that we're reporting on for the New York Post, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button.